Alright peeps, welcome to Leviaville for the very last time, I swear this time. You join us inside of District 1, the OG District Centre. You can see we've got our grafters milling about, apart from our water pumper here that's keeping everything moist for the big fountain there. Now this, like I said, is where we all started from. This big old map here, all the way from that little District Centre. Now, you may notice we do have a little bit of a problem going on, but I think the Beavers have got that under control. We'll just let it happen over time, eh? For now, let me introduce you to the district zones. Of course, we've got District 1 over here, where we begin, or where we begun, rather. And we've got, just to the right, up the hill, the Upper Height District. Used to be situated where this little container is. We go across the Pine Island. We come to where the old Townsville district used to be, on this little crossroads here. And then finally, last but not least, we've got the Tatty Pit district. Well, we're inside of it at the moment. The Tatty Pit is where, well, you know, all of the tatties are bloody picked and pitted. This district centre used to be over here, but we had to fill in some dirt for the old water level situation. Why don't we start this little tour now that we know where all the districts are, with a little bit of a river situation. So we start the river, so the water sources start our here and our here. We've got a lovely little bad water repulsion system where these dams gone up and these gone down, and we end up pushing the bad water with the back of the map instead of corrupting our big river here. So this river goes down. We've got a tidy little floodgate situation / canal. Guns off to the side. And this is a lovely little contraption that's very, very recent. I added this automated floodgate here that opens up when the river on the right is low to help fill from the left. Because, you know, that's where all the water sources are. There's no real water sources directly filling this right river. Not good water sources anyway. But anywho, after the water comes down here, just go into the map now to bother, you know, nothing special about that. Nothing special at all. Nah, I'm joking. That brings us perfectly onto the big water pump situation. Where we've got an extraordinary excess of water pumps that use all the power on the map. So I've got two bloody banks of the lads paused. And what I've done to create this little pond, as you can see, is just levy about here. I blew up a little bit of a river ring here because, you know, aesthetically pleasing and all that. Plus we got to get the Tatty Tower here moist. Built a little levy reservoir all the way around the old estate that was over here. So we could block up and keep these lovely sunflowers nice and moist. Because this was all dry, brown, ground beforehand. This housing estate is probably the most obvious, maybe not the most obvious where we've added on to it. You've got the old housing estate on the left here, all of these buildings, and then we needed more housing, so flight on the left, all the way across the top. Obviously this was before the reservoir was involved. We actually demolished this lot of buildings to get the stilts in so that we didn't have flooded hoses in here. I was going to say it is a bit of a shame that this is an update 5 map though, because we wanted to make this bit of the map nice and moist. It took us till near the end. But we had a big old reservoir on the side here since near the beginning. But alas, update 5, no aqueducts allowed. Like I say, this particular reservoir sat pretty much unused for the most part. We had some emergency single pumps. But not until very recently did I install the big 3-level water pump system. And, you know, ground scrapage situation as well. So we've got 3 levels keeping the water slurping all the way through the droughts and bad tides. And that's fed. If we have a little sneak on underneath the, I was going to say inventors, but you're not on yours. The observatories here. You can see we've got a wee dam that feeds everything here. Yeah, it's a mild zoomage. There you go, and there's the wee dam servicing everything, as well as a little power pipe that powers that Dorty excavator down here. Go on, get the angle. That don't excavator right there. Anyway, let's quickly speed through the night. We'll be able to watch the beavers hanging the boots on some rooftop terraces, maybe. Maybe not, though. Maybe the beavers are just too busy getting home. There's a beaver! For a split second, we had a beaver enjoying the rooftop terrace. It's probably pretty lucky that he did sit there, because I was only zoomed into like 2 bloody spots. But anywho, oh, you know what? While I'm on this map, why don't we enjoy a little bit of tatty pit flooding rather. Why don't we enjoy the beavers running down the stairs, up and down all the ladders of the tatty pit? One of my absolute favourite things about this map is the beavers running up and doing all those stairs there in the morning. But anywho, enough watching beavers running about. Let's get an autosave out the way. And start talking about this this big power wing wall here. From the Upper Height Industrial Estate. Now it initially started off as these 2 battery banks here. And these 3 water power wings here. We wanted to expand across. But we wanted also blow up the ground to let this bit of water pool fill here. So we could grow some spadder ducks. So we did that by sending the power around the front there. Which ended up connecting into this big bad power estate there that just hangs over the gap. Look at it floating there. You can also see while I was waiting, having a bit of a slurp of water there, we've got a peculiar bit of platform going on. And that's where the old district crossing was between Upper Height and the now in District 1. Like I say, the beavers expanded from those 3 bloody power wings all the way up to this whole power wing wall that, if you don't look too closely, it is fully supported everywhere, you know. It even includes the big battery bank, the bog standard, build up to the height map, and detonate your way down to the floor. All the way down. And if you didn't believe us, we're under the ground now. Like I say, while we're here, we may as well follow the river stream across. Well, the canal stream at this point, because we've canaled it all up. Oh, sorry. We're going through all the buildings. But if we follow this beaver who's swimming along the path, you can see the water current. It mostly goes to the right, not straight. So why don't we do our best attempts to follow that without getting everyone all sick and nauseous. We go straight over the top of our first bit of bad water source action that we capped off at the top of the map. We continue along to where the levees are, where we've got a couple of beavers pumping away at all the bad water coming out of this sluice, aka source, yeah. You can see the beavers just pumping away there. You can see the pistons clanging and clinging. The stairway down into it. But just to the right of this levee wall is our first little floodgate that if you're going into... And sorry, I'm going to have to go all the way around here for a sec. You end up in the big old canal, aka Reservoir, through this little chute here. Now if we follow this canal reservoir back, we're going to pass through some locks that keep the water level tidy for all the vegetation on the left, until we get to this big opening, where we find ourselves able to spill out into the river, as you can see is happening right now. But if we quickly go back in, we can keep going round the back here, and back out into the river at the bottom. And there's a bit of a difference doing here now, isn't there? I think the Crimson Wyrm is give up. Actually give up. You know what, let's do one last bit of build here. Let's get ourselves a bad water dome on there like that, with a maximum priority. Now can beavers reach that? I don't think they can, but let's see. Maybe. Maybe there's a secret way they can reach it. Maybe the game's just not telling me beavers can't reach it yet. Because I have no idea where beavers are going to get to reach that. Unless there's a way to get on the bloody ground. Let's have a look. There is! No! Reed! We need to not do that. Temporarily delete this bad lad. So we can access it from the top. And that has to be quicker, surely, than going the other way round. Right, let's just fluid dump. No, let's just pop this big the big pump back down. We'll just put that at a low priority for now, and hopefully this gets built first. Do they share a resource? Logs, gears, treated planks, gears. Happy days. They share a resource. That should get built, no bother. Hey, I've got us talking about there for a sec, but the big canal, it's all in there. Look, you can see it's filled, it's spilling out. And I think once that's in, we'll raise these floodgates and I'll be able to show you me fancy little river exchange working and all of that fun stuff. Oh, and you can see now that the water level's flowing down here. The 2 water dumps that I forgot to mention earlier that keep this tree island green for harvesting throughout droughts and everything. They're sorry, they've been paused. Ah, sorry, I forgot to mute my mic there for the cough. So now the water pumps can reach and fill all the way up and start getting all of this Toonsville Hill nice and green. You know what I didn't even mention before? Look at this. Oh, I clocked it at the bottom of my eye. In order to power all of these, you know what? Quickly speed 4. Oh, big lag. That's right. I might do a speed 3 here just in a second. Just for a quick sec. Get the lag away a little bit. See if we can catch any beavers on the big estate here. Oh yeah, we've got some beavers contemplating. We've got some beavers maybe hanging out. One beaver hanging out. Little kit by the looks of things. Oh no, that's a little kit. That was a full grown beaver, that. But I knew that we got the light back. Let's go into speed 1 and talk about the big power ring. It's not a ring because on a square map, but it's... For a block building game, it's a ring. A big power ring that ends here at the pumps across the big bridge. Sorry, viaduct. It takes a sharp right angle at the edge of the map, guns up the side of the big reservoir, out at the top of the tapas shacks, out at the top of the owl path on the historic bakery district. All the way down the side, and it does not connect into this big power shaft that goes up and into the top there. If we spin the camera around, you'll see it was a late edition. And the creator of this map, some MiGly guy, he didn't put a universal power shaft here, so I had to quickly slap a little elbow on. Which means this windmill here is a cooking. It's got a lot of power flowing through that, like. Now, while we're back here, why don't I show the little useful storage across the top of the whole canal here, as well as a bit of water on top, and all of these beautiful staircases up to it. Ladders, staircases, bridges, everything around here. It is wonderful. I might be slightly biased, but it's wonderful, you know. Now, like I say, one of the main reasons the power wings were extended in the first place was to power this big old triple double-decker industrial estate here, which now has the addition of the big rail bridge going across it. But yeah, we obviously, not obviously of course, but we started with some little bit of industry doing here, leaving a suspicious gap for these floodgates so we could waterfall down the line. And we started building up and up and up, all the way to the tippity top. Like I say, we are full 3 layers here. Now unfortunately some piss poor power design was functioned at the top here. So we ended up having to slap on a little bit of a tower like we did on the other side. But I will say one of the cool things I like about this industrial estate, apart from its mad triple deckerness, is you can see there's sort of just like a clean line there where the power wings need access. But originally rather, at the bottom, there's all of these mad little access roads here. Sorry, it's gonna be flashy for a sec. But yeah, look at that. All the access from the back. Some of them getting the power directly from the power wings. Some of them needing little extensions to get in there. Some of them just gunning through. It's an absolute beauty of a place. Oh, yes. Do you remember why we've got these little contemplation spots here? These 3 in particular? They were added when we demolished all of the spatter docks that rained all the way to here to plop this big floodgate wall in. Because during droughts, this big hole here would just slurp that water away. And then we'd have a dry spatter dock field. It wasn't any good. Like I say, beavers can come and contemplate here. Oh mate, I'm leaving the zinger boxes till last. Maybe not last, but, you know, got to leave the spicy stuff there. You've definitely seen it, like. But while I'm over here on this bit, what do you call it? I keep forgetting the name of this. Observatory area. The reason we built this whole observatory bit was to power this rail bridge that I alluded to earlier. As this rail bridge was the last thing that we popped on. Well, it was the second last thing that we popped on this map. We popped a big busy station here with a rooftop terrace, a bridge over the top, and you can see the beavers are using this train here. It's a quick train. You can't see it really. It's really, really quick. You blink and you miss it. Anyway, 60 FPS is going to pick that up. But you can see when we get to this side, the train's here. It's shrunken slightly, but it's here, and it's dropping beavers off. But this was a bloody beautiful bridge, like. Look at those big bloody... I forgot about this bit. Look at those big pillars and all the lanterns on it. Build a bridge over the tanks. Ah, now the beavers have the dynamo here. We got the big dome in. We do have the big... Oh, no, we don't have the big dome in. Are you getting anywhere near it? How wee beavers? There's like 50,000 builders. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to finish it now. And then finish that now. And then that's that. We'll just let that happen. That happens. Just like the flooding in the Tatty pit. It just happens. Well, Intricacies over here. We've got... Like I say, we flooded this hole. We ended up dynamiting this little area here, which is why we've got our floodgate, which helps keep everything moist, as well as our big waterfall up the top. But when we finally unlocked turf and terrain, we filled in this one block that allowed this little aquatic farmhouse to get done and help out with activities done here. That's what this little waterfall bit's all about. We did dynamite all of this to make a little farm like, but I think we're pretty much exhausted all of here. Oh, mad staircases, so the trees can get planted and that. I like that. Oh, of course, of course. There's a berry here that has survived from the start of the map. Let me know if you know which one it is. Because I may or may not. No, I know which one it is. It's a tasty one. Tasty berry. Eeeew, look at that roof. What a shixy roof. It's even got an overhang, look, watch. Overhang of the contemplation variety. But I wanted to quickly have a look and just quickly, you know, speed through the night, watch this water gun away, watch some beavers. Ooh. Speaking of, watch some beavers play on the carousel in the mud baths. This was the last thing to get built on this map. You can see the little power extension dune and a ruined. And the beavers absolutely love it out here. Look at them having the time of their lives. Getting Dorty. Swinging it off in the breeze. Oh, he got off. Yeah, beavers get off this like how I just leap off and land in the bloody campfire district over here. Sub-district, I should say. Anyway. Oh, the water's looking clean. Let's get this up to 7.5. Look at those big water floodgates going all the way up. Tell you what, this is like a proper frontage of the old Tatty Tower, like lights, contemplation spots, bridges, all of them unused and useless. So, unless you want to count the aesthetics as use. Oh, look at this, we've got ourselves a warning. A bit of a drought incoming. I think we might have to sort that out. Change the situation a little bit. But before we delve into the Tatty Tower, which I've been teasing this whole time, which is our breezy, where we keep our zingers, I want to show you this little bad lad. Look at it go. Because we've got an excess of water in this river, just pishing out. This is already all the way up as high as it's going to go. It's not, but, you know, we'll just pretend it is. We were like, we may as well use the water instead of just pishing it out the back of the map here for no reason. So what happens is it guns in here. Bloody look at that depth difference, man. It guns in there until this fills up to an equal point, and then this slides all the way up again to separate the two rivers for drought situations. Well, let's do the Tatty Tower, why not? It's the absolute monolith of this map. You cannot miss it from any angle. It's even more substantial than the big power wing farm. It was birthed out of a necessity for more tatty storage from the tatty pits here. Because this original tatty storage, it wasn't enough. Even though there's bloody heaps of tatty storage. So the clever beavers that used to work at the district centre here had a look over the river one day and they said, there's a tiny little island there. Why didn't we build a little 5-stack Tatty Tower? Store with tatties in. So this was in the Dark District days. Before the revolution. Which we'll get to. And they stored both raw and cooked tatties in the Tatty Tower 5 levels off the island. But that was deemed unfit. Once Yossarian was born into the kingdom and realised that, hang on, all of our beavers are starving. We've got far too many houses and not enough connectivity between half our districts. So Yossarian set a grand plan. Came in, done a mad bombing run, took out all of the district centres at once, leaving the central district no choice whatsoever but to unite all the colonies into one great colony. And the first thing they done when they united the great colonies was built the big braziers of bonding here. You can see we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 of them facing each cardinal direction. So nobody can bomb the town / colony ever again. And that was a little bit of Yossarian's wisdom there before the end. But anywho, like I say, they demolished the old 5-stack tatty pit. It was deemed too shite to house the famous Zinger Burger. Tatty edition. Sorry, I was just getting stream things. I'm just looking. Seems to be healthy. Seems to be alright. So they demolished it. They set aside the long task of blowing up the whole island and levying out the side here to stop the water from flooding. The basement layers, which is where they keep the raw tatties. Now let's get a bit flashy here while I get a tidy little angle for you. But if we're going all the way down to the bottom, you can see we've got beavers busily running away, dropping off and storing tatties, thanks to the cool surroundings of the river. Look at them gone. Absolute beaver legends. And like I say, there's multiple stories of these raw tatties here. And on on every story, there's a little bit of a contemplation spot for you to have a little contemplate while you're at it. Because there's heaps of that connectivity. Like I say, once you get into the sun, you don't want your raw tatties. Because he'll start growing and growing like nobody's business. And he'll have rooty zingers and you don't want that. But they'll build up all the way to the height limit, including the roof, for what you now know as the Tatty Tower. And then in traditional style, it was a bit busy for the one entrance down here. So they bolted on a couple of more bridges, a little bit of an access from the old bot refinery / Agora temple area here. So you can get up the ladders, you can get up the stairs there, straight into the side. They also built a tidy little bridge from the level access there before you go through the tunnel. And swim your way through the old... I forgot the lantern! And swim your way through the reservoir there. You can get off to the side. Or, if you have went up one of these fancy stairs and you find yourself on the top of the reservoir, do not fret. Our near the Tapas Shack. I forgot the name of it there for a sec. In the Forester, you've got the big bridge connecting on the side. But that was still yet deemed to be a bit shite because all the hungry grafters in the triple-decker industrial estate were hungry and couldn't get any tatties of the grilled variety. So they built the big railway. I love that camera angle. The big railway that connects the industrial estate of Upper Height into the Tatty Tower. So we have a well-connected tower that serves as a bit of a hub for the colony to get from around here to over there, because that is a very quick train journey that. You can see the beavers just flying along like nobody's business. I love this. Right, now what we need to do, because we'll be coming onto a drought, is quickly jump to next season once or twice, or thrice, or 4, maybe 5 times. How many times should we do it? I'm saying 10. Because if we do it 10 times, then we're going to have a situation where we're on cycle 100. There we are. We made it. Cycle 100 of Leviaville. And one of the fun things when you skip jump cycles is all of the plants grow. So look at all these tatties. The tatties are in. The oaks are in. The spadderdocs are in. I was going to say catfish are in. The cattails are in. The carrots, the chestnuts, they're all in. Including, well, at least the majority of all of the trees that are here that were moist enough to be included. But look at this majestic place, man. It is absolutely wonderful. Oh, aye, the Tatty Pit. It's a hub. Let me show you. You don't realise what's going on inside of here until you get in it. And I believe what I can do to make it a bit easier is start coming down here. No, that's working hours. Ah, whatever. Have an 8-day working hour. Go for it, Beavers. Well, yeah, let's start bringing the level down. There you go. Look at those pathways. And like I say, we'll bring the level down a couple of more times. And you'll see once we get to the bottom, you can imagine all sorts of activities going on down here. In the deep depths, under the land. You can see the shadows of all the activity, but not all of it's actually visible. We know it from this view. Damn! Look at that! Reservoir! We've even got the first level of the old industrial estate. This is pretty much what it used to look like. And you can see the old pool. I'm glad I did that with the old level terrain. You can actually see what I was yapping on about. I should have done that like however long ago, half an hour, whenever the bloody stream was kicking off to begin with. Well, there you go. Look, we've made that. Oh, it's mint, in it. It's absolutely mint. I bloody loves it. Oh, you can see this big reservoir. Look, we've got beavers hanging out on top of the water, just big chilling. This one's just looking into the void. If I was a beaver, this would be me, like, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. Ah. I've never actually looked in this view. Oh, look, you can see the original, like, well, not original, but the underside of this. This is our first little storage area. Yeah, I'll take this back on. Back to unlimited, please. Boom. Look at that. So we've got our on the ground only piles. And if we go around just a little bit, there you go. We can see we can kind of run the back here to the cog storage. And then from the cog storage, there's another little pathway eventually. There it is. And once you get to the river here. Ooh! I nearly forgot about this. You can see those levees there. And we're right at the water level. The path level is right at the water here. You can see the beavers going up. It's a tidy little pathway. Oh, to get into the Agora! Look at them all in the temple. Oh, let's see if I can get a mad view of this. I'll turn the fob up. Aye, so we need to go in from the front. We need to go in from the front. Now, let's do that. Oh, why, I'm going to look through, because then you get to see old mate hanging out on the bench. That's a canny view, that. Of the Agora Arcade Temple, and the big dude hanging out on the bench. Nah, it's a mad little area, this. I like it. I built a staircase up and down so you can get up to these little areas of the storage and whatnot. There's like pools and everything round. But like I say, we've got the water level here. That's controlling... That's got a little stream gauge in it there. That's controlling this floodgate here. So it doesn't flood too high and end up flooding, well, the initial settlement. But this side, the water level you saw when we were over there, is significantly deeper. So if we have a look through here, you can see we've got a lot of levees blocking it up. And if I do a little bit of a cheatsy doodle, you know, just a wee cheat, we get some water sources out, and we just go, just a couple, you know, no major at all, just a one of them, just a quick one of them, just one or two water sources. Not that many, just one or two. I genuinely didn't plan on placing this many. I'm just having a great time placing loads of water sources. Alright, so now we've got loads of water sources. We should be able to see this water fill up quite quickly. Oh, cheers, Hassan. I bloody love the Tatty Tower, and I'm very biased, so... yeah, I'm quite happy that someone that didn't design and build it enjoyed the Tatty Tower at all. But let us go forward a little bit. and you'll be able to see all automated, like this floodgate gan up when the water level gets high enough, so it doesn't start putting too much water in the other side of the river and spilling it. Look at that, straight up, and then we are underwater. Now before things get a bit too crazy, let's get the water level up here. I think that should do, and then we quickly whip out the delete objects tool, and this should be the only thing on this level, so I'm not deleting anything I've actually built, and we're not going to flood everything immediately. Let's let the water settle our night, and while the water's settling, let's get our camera in a position where we'll be able to watch all the beavers run up and down these stairs. Oh, beavers, let's get up and do these ladders, shall we? Oh, look at them gone! Oh, this little intersection is my favourite, like, flying about. We've still got the odd sick beaver from the wrath of the Crimson Wyrm last time. Oh, looks like I was a little bit too early, but not too early to show you that the water level difference over here. So as you can see, we're at the same level we were, but we are significantly higher, like 2 or 3 blocks already, over here on this side. So this little levee wall here, and then the same one on the other side of the island, allows a downstream and upstream level situation, separation rather, without using any pumps, where the downstream is higher than the upstream part of the river. Now that is magical, that. And this is update 5 as well. Like, I've essentially made an aqueduct over here, over land, is all I've done. In update 6, you just build an aqueduct. Yeah, it took far too long to get this big bad thing built, didn't it? That's why I was committed to getting it done in one episode, which is why that episode was 25 hours of footage. Yes, there was an overnight, what do you call it, speedy up bit that I'd done, so that was like, I don't know, 8, 9, 10 hours or something. But it was a lot. But I was like, we need to get it done. The people have been waiting far too long to see the Tatty Tower V2 be realised. Hang on, these are too low, aren't they? Should this be at 8? Nah. Surely not. Because that level there will be 8. I guess this is just like a half a block thing, because, you know, update 5, you only got half a block increments that you can play with. Ah, don't worry about the Tatty Pit. Look, well, speed 3, it happens. The Tatty Pit floods. It's how the we get the uniquely moist tatties of the Tatty Pit. They love it, man. The beavers, well, they love it now. It's been 100 cycles, so at least a handful of generations. They've acquired a taste for it. Oh, you know what? I did forget. Let's have a quick look at the Hoosing estates. Well, you know what, while the camera's here first, these two mountains here used to look the same, but we dynamited this one out so we could expand our oak production, because, you know, we needed it for reasons, and other reasons. Slightly. A lot of wood this entire time, but anyhow, yeah, we wanted to have, you know, we even left the scrap and everything there. This is, you know, like a heritage site. We leave this as it is. We got one little modest contemplation spot that kit's Beaver's using then, definitely not a kit, because they're wearing a backpack, and we don't do child labour in Leviaville. But our here, this has been properly turned into a little section with its little bridge hour. But anywho, Hoosing estate time. This is the OG Hoosing estate, and you know what? 0 hour, you can clock off right now, Beavers. I want every Beaver just big chilling, doing something or other in the Hoosing estate while I show it off. So this Hoosing estate started off with these 2 lower floors, and then it went all the way around here. It started being expanded. I think this is actually an original house here, with only a rooftop terrace on. Look at that. A couple of the original Hooses that haven't been absolute skyscrapers. That's a rare sight we'll come to see in these Hoosing estates. But yeah, speaking of skyscraper and Hoosing estates, around the back here we were like, more Hooses, but then we had too many Hooses, so we replaced them with whole outposts. And then we built, oh yes, that's right, mad little campfire in the Hoosing estate. I love it. And then the dancing ring. which I like because it's right in the forest here. If you get a mad little angle, like that there, you can see the beavers dancing away into the forest in the background with all the chestnuts on. I'll show the power generation as part of the next Hoosing Estate, because the next Hoosing Estate we're going to show off is the Upper Height Cliffside Hoosing Estate, built pretty much entirely on cliffs, off the edge of a cliff. We've even got a house all the way down here, as you can see. I can't click on it, but it's there. That's it there. There it is. No, damn it! Come on, let's go. Click it. Click it. And as you can see by that house there, can't all the way down to the bottom there as well. Take a 3 or 4 layers at some points. But now it's a mad little Hoosing Estate. You got a house over overlooking the waterfall whenever it flows and that, even though it's a bit busy traffic with the railway overhead and the big footbridge on the side. But let's have a proper look at the power generation, because you can see even with those 2 banks of things paused, we're still bloody losing power. And the only thing that's running is like the handful of bot things that are gone. Where you can see we have a significant, let me turn on working hours again. Just 8 of them. And then you'll be able to see the network power supply and demand. I'll turn the other pumps on now so you can see the full whack. Keep forgetting how bloody laggy Speed 4 is like, but we need to get through the time. Here we are. We're going to have Beavers clocking on. You're going to see this number fly up. Yeah, so these batteries now are going to be a flying doon. And yeah, look, we do flood up here a little bit. Maybe I had a plan for that. Maybe this pathway was going to be a canal with a floodgate. Maybe. Let's stress these batteries even more. Unpause all of these pumps, so you can see how it was originally, before I pause the unnecessary pumps, because as you can see, they work just fine by themselves. Oh, but while we're over there letting all of those switch on and everything, you know what, actually, yeah, I've already went over this Housing Estate, that's right. Let's do the biggest and best, definitely saving the best till last year. The Tatty Pit Hoosing Estate. This started off as a mental contraption of having to go through, you know what, this might be a good little place to use this little tool here. Let's go down, all the way down. There we go. So you can see the pathways and all the little houses and stuff on the bottom floor there. Goes all the way down. You can see anywhere where there's not a path, there's a bloody house there. Because as we start going up, you can see layer by layer all of the houses that are on here. And this layer here was getting close to being the old top layer. This is as high as it used to go. This used to be the highest point. As you can see, rooftop terraces and everything. But when the colonies were united and we needed a bigger workforce to build the Tatty Tower V2, we expanded a little bit directly on top of the old housing estate there, and took some slight inspiration from the new housing estate that they built over the top there. But this one's fancier though, because if we have a look, this one's got lanterns and contemplation spots even on this side, and that one doesn't, so this one's fancier. Which it should be, it's the Tatty Pit after all. Look at those floating beavers going up and doing the ladders all over the reservoir top wall and that. All the connectivity going on. Right, I need to get back into a normal view before I spend half an hour just looking at that, and nobody ends up watching any of it past this point. That's right. Power generation. Look at that number go down. Number go down fast. That's because there's nothing happening. 12,410 horsepower's needed, and we're generating a 0. I believe there's a point with the extra 2 banks of rows paused, where it does sort of slightly generate power, but for now, I think just to make sure everything keeps ticking out. Nah, I'm not. I was going to cheat and run that up, but I do want to quickly check something that I was thinking about while I was editing the last episode. Would I be able to make these trains move? And for anybody that's here in the chat, if you got any questions or want to see anything on the map or questions specifically about different bits of the map, now's the time to ask, because this train thing that I'm doing now is the last thing I'm doing, so once this is done, we're out of here. I don't want to drag this this VOD on too long for people that don't catch the live stream and that, you know. So I'm just going to plop an extra row on there, and I may have to do, yeah, we'll do some crazy stuff over here as well, why not? Well, that's not going to work, is it? Delete that. Keep this on. Delete this, delete this, delete this. Delete these bits of tracks. Oh, Breezy, the Among Us statue and the mushroom house. They're hiding out there. We need to do update 6. Iron Tails, fly some beavers off, and hopefully they'll land in Cork World. But, plans and ideas. Oh, this needs to be another one longer. Oh, I didn't hold control. That means I have to go click it and do extra 2 clicks. There's no good extra 2 clicks like that. 2 extra clicks for no reason. Well, let's try a bit of choo-choo action. This one, I want to put a good station because it's not a dev tool and the beavers, they know what... What? Why can't I place this? For real? Why can't I place this? Is it not on the actual ground? Can I place it, like, anywhere? Yes, I can't place it. What's the problem? I think it's just not in there. That's it. It is. It's just not in place. I was going to say it should work, like. Well, there's our good station. That needs to be rotated and left to flipped. Lovely. Right, now we do this whole charade again. Where we gone in. Oh, it's a nightmare building on these bridges, like. These platforms. At least in update 5. Don't know about the 6s and 7s, how good they are or not. Read. That's it. I'm using different platforms. Platforms that are slightly easier to work with. There you go. Slightly easier. Alright, so from here, I want to do a little bit of a split. Like that. No. Like that. Let's get some straight track on the gun. On the actual ground would be preferable. And then our this side do a similar sort of thing. But I believe I can use this little bit here. And where would I want to use that? Here, and then connect into... No, then I want to use this one again. This is going to be the craziest bit of train track, this, like. Get that connected in there, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth one. So I will delete... Oh, these are already side platforms. Damn it. Alright, we're just going to have a fun time placing this platform then. We need 1, 2, so let's do the platform, the cargo station. And we just need to get it perfectly in place. Look at that, that wasn't even that difficult. The only thing I did forget about... No, I didn't forget about it. I'm a big clever boy. I was thinking this all along, definitely. Didn't just think of it right now. Reinforced ladder. Straight out of the top. Well, I think this is one higher, the level, so let me get a little bit of a steel bridge route. What is that, a 4 gap? Way aye. And then we pop another ladder on the top here. Oh, won't let us do it because of the bridge. No bother. Looks like we're having to do a proper level. Long bridge. There we go. Who doesn't love a good railway bridge? And that's those set up now, isn't it? So if I set up some stuff that needs to be moved around, or does it only work between colonies? So yeah, I can do different goods stations here. Let's just say like import all. And then like export all. We'll just see what happens. Hopefully we'll make a train move. But if not, then that's that. We can just have another little glory look at the map. This big, wonderful Leviaville map that we are now 100 cycles into. See, 100 cycles. Look at that beaut. Legendary power wing wall. The Tatty Tower. Constantly in view. Sheer... The trains are shifting! Yes! Look, the trains are moving! I was hoping that would happen. The trains are doing their thing. He done a little quick U-E and he's gone back across. Alright, let's get an angle. Let's get an angle. So now what we can do is we can pretend that these beavers here... Let's try and get like an actual decent angle. How Alright, look, I'm going to make this angle decent by increasing the fob. So, now that we've got the fisheye lenses on, let's wait for the big train to cross the bridge. And it's got to pretend, like I say, we're pretending that it's picking up the passengers, beavers, and it's taking them across the bridge. Don't mind that we had to build a separate goods yard. Look, there's beavers going to the goods yard. We can pretend they're getting on the train. It's a game anyway, it's all pretend. It's coming back! It's coming back! I wonder if I can follow the train. Let's have a look. Can I follow ye, pal? Let's go. Through the Tatty Tower. Surely I can get a better... Just, whoa! I was going to say surely I can get a better angle here, but I think the field of view being so high is making things a tad crazy. Big 69 FOV, let's go. Oh no, I forgot that, damn it. Give me the follow angle. And there we are, peeps. I think this is the perfect end to the tour of Leviaville. I'm glad I didn't have to end it on that bit of waffle before. I'm glad the waffle done its purpose, served its purpose, and led to these bridges. These trains gunning. And the subsequent waffling that I'm doing now. But look at this train doing a mad little U-turn here. I'm going to go at least one more lap, you know what. Let's just do speed 3 because I want to see this U-turn. As much as the straight up U-turn that they do. I messed it up, right? I'm not touching zoom. Look at that U-turn. Anyway, enough of my waffling. I hope you have enjoyed this whole series and this wee live stream here. And I'll catch you tomorrow for another Timberborn episode. But obviously not on this map.